Hi everyone, my name is Darcy Farouk and I'm one of the co-chairs for the Grey Bruce Defeat Depression campaign. I'm going to start off by discussing what the Defeat Depression campaign is all about. The Defeat Depression campaign is organized by the Mood Disorder Society of Canada. So the Mood Disorder Society of Canada continues to empower mental health conversations by engaging individuals and organizations to reduce the stigma around mental illness. Together, we can directly change the way society views mental illness and support direct mental health programming, including things like peer support, education, drop-in centers, counseling, fully accessible mental health resources, and so much more. These are critical supports that help save lives and would not be possible without the commitment to fostering the next generation of mental health change makers and advocates.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlie Schmeltz, and I'm one of the co-chairs of this year's Grey Bruce Defeat Depression campaign. I'm going to start off by talking about our goal as a committee. Our goal as a committee is to raise awareness for mental health in our community and work together to hopefully lower the stigma around mental health and mental illness. We also want to bring the community together. A lot of times, events like this are run more for a specific crowd. But the 5-kilometer walk run is something that everyone can take part in and that we want everyone to take part in. Our committee has been affected by mental health in one way or another. That is why it is so important to us to raise awareness for mental health and mental illness in our community, but also to raise funds that go directly back into our community for more resources, because mental health resources are extremely lacking all over Canada, but especially here in Grey Bruce. Next, I'll be talking about time commitment. On a general basis, there is monthly meetings with the committee starting in January and running until April, and bi-weekly meetings 12 weeks before the actual event. There are typically weekly tasks that can average between 2 to 5 hours per week, depending on the task and the time of year. An important aspect of being a successful committee member is attendance and displaying a leadership role at all pre-events and opportunities. Another aspect that is extremely important in order to be successful in organizing an event is having the in-person availability on the day of the walk/run.
So planning and organizing the walk/run does take time, passion, and creative thinking. With the support from our volunteers and Mood Disorder Society of Canada staff, it allows us to be a part of something truly extraordinary within our own community. So although this is a national campaign, local successes depends on volunteers like my committee and myself. So with our community insight, we are able to raise awareness, encourage participants, and derive fundraising results.
Community engagement. Being from such a small town, it is so important for us to get all of Grey Bruce out for this event. Ways that we are doing this is by hosting fundraisers at local businesses, getting the local businesses to sell things for us for fundraisers, asking for donations, getting the youth involved for volunteer hours, people coming out for the walk/run, and having local organizations and performers at the event, along with so much more. It is so important to include the community that you are a part of in everything that you are doing, because it shows that you are supporting them and they are also supporting you, along with the fact that it gets people talking about mental health and what we are as a committee, which is one of our goals.
So not only are you benefiting the community by gaining funding in order to go into local mental health resources, you are also benefiting yourself by contributing to the organization's mission of creating a world where Canadians with depression and other mental illnesses feel free to seek treatment without any stigma. You're also working collaboratively with like-minded volunteers in the community and just generally building relationships within the community. For me, joining the Grey Bruce Defeat Depression Committee was a no-brainer. Within the last several years, I've struggled with my own mental health, and I've witnessed firsthand how difficult it is to deal with, especially within a small town, where sometimes it is hard to find local resources that work. Not to mention, the stigma behind mental illness is extremely hard to face within a smaller community. So basically, for me, joining the committee was the best way to advocate for the future of mental health within my own community. Not only did I decide to join with the hopes of helping others who are struggling, I decided to join for my own personal well-being. I found that by joining a campaign that advocates for mental health, it has become a topic that is no longer difficult to talk about. So joining was super important for me because I have seen firsthand how hard it is to talk about and reach out about mental health, especially within our community. The Grey Bruce Defeat Depression organization is campaigning to support our community with hopes that someday it will no longer be hard to reach out.
I can relate to Darcy. Joining the committee for me was also a no-brainer, and I feel like being co-chairs together was also meant to be. Darcy and I both got reached out to by last year's chair to take on this role, which was an honor, and has been amazing doing with one of my closest friends by my side. I too have struggled with mental health and mental illness for quite some time. I remember signing up for West for Youth online counseling in grade 8. It took me a long time and sadly a lot of loss from people that I deeply care about due to mental illness to take my mental health more seriously. I reached out to counseling services here at home and while at college to speak with someone about the ways that I was feeling. It took me seeing 3 different counselors to find the 4th one and get the right match. So don't give up on yourself and keep advocating for the things that you need like I did. On the topic of advocating, do that always. Don't let people's feelings about you or the things that you are doing change the way that you feel about yourself. Put yourself first. I'm happy to say I didn't give up. I found a counselor to speak with once a month about the things that I have going on, and they have helped me a lot. I also take 2 pills each morning that also help me with my struggles and to keep me balanced. Not everyone's journey is meant to be the same, so take a deep breath, now take a step back, and fight for yourself and the things that you believe in.
So I'm going to be talking about what Charlie and I do as co-chairs of the committee. So basically, we oversee all elements of the event from start to finish. We work closely alongside the Mood Disorder Society of Canada. This involves attending host conference calls during the planning process. And we also explore new ideas and suggestions on how to make the event successful. We, as co-chairs, are also fully responsible for the financial tracking of the event.
Hi there, my name's Alana. I'm the local sponsorship coordinator for this year's Grey Bruce Defeat Depression campaign. Some of my responsibilities include going around to local people and businesses and trying to attain donations. So that can look like asking for a monetary donation or asking people to donate an item to our silent auction. It's really about spreading the word locally in hopes of raising money and awareness for mental health.
Hi, my name is Bailey and I'm one of the marketing and communications coordinators for this year's Grey Bruce Defeat Depression Committee. My role entails all things raising awareness for the actual event taking place on May 28th. Some of the tasks that I have completed include reaching out to local newspapers and radio stations to place an ad about the event. As well, I have been placing posters all around local communities to share information about the event.
My name is Jessica, and I am one of the communications and marketing coordinators for this year's Grey Bruce Defeat Depression Walk. Essentially, my key responsibilities include overseeing promotion of the event, so by communicating with local media such as radio stations and newspapers, and essentially brainstorming how to attract participants and sponsors to be a part of the event. This year is going to be super great, and I am looking forward to seeing you all out there.
Hi everyone, my name's Mitch, and I'm this year's volunteer coordinator for the Grey Bruce Defeat Depression campaign. As you might be able to tell from my job title, my responsibilities predominantly include recruiting individuals to ensure that our event runs smoothly and according to plan. What that has looked like this year is working hand in hand with local high school administration in order to recruit high school students to help with our walk/run on May the 28th.
We also have a social media coordinator, and her name is Jordan. She oversees the Facebook page, handles posts, and responds to inquiries over social media, engages with local stakeholders, helps promote the event through social media, shares pictures and posts of the event, and all the things that we are running as a committee for fundraisers and such. Darcy and I have also taken on the role of logistics coordinator. Some of the tasks that this position requires is booking the location of the event, plans the course for the walk or the run, obtains all required permits and approvals, plans for tents, waters, parking space, supplies, and everything like that for the day of.
Join us and together we can defeat depression.